Ben used the term kinesphere, which comes from the somatic movement world, and it roughly equates to a cognitive and neuroscience term called peripersonal space. This bubble of spatial environment where you can feel the autonomic difference when something is outside of that sphere versus something entering into that sphere. It suddenly pricks your ears. So when Ben gave you a task of balancing a pencil or relating with your hands to another person nearby, these were all different ways of modulating your peripersonal space, your kinesphere. And it turns out we have evidence now that our brains pay attention to things near our head and face, things around our hands and feet, places where we are interfacing with the world, things where you're trying to take action, things where you're trying to predict what's about to happen, or a stimulus is about to occur, a looming stimulus, painful stimuli, threatening, receding stimuli, things that just happened and are going away. And this happens for a representation of your whole body, as well as parts of your body like your hand and face. As we shall see, these maps of the body, as they happen in the brain, are distributed networks where kinesphere is active, as well as sort of the narrative sense of what is my body and where do I own my body? What is the story of my body? And so if you look at, like, this is a map of areas in blue that are crucial to mapping peripersonal space or kinesphere, and areas where there's a coincidence between that peripersonal space and folks with a history of trauma. And so you can see that there is a big alteration oftentimes to what is me, what is mine, what is relating to me in folks who have really modulated due to some overwhelming circumstance their ownership of space. So our perception of space around us, even in a very neutral educational context, is always changing. And when you begin to relate to another, your perception of space changes, your perception of self and other